Hello students, let's continue with chapter 5, that is types and drafting of business letter. In my last lecture we had seen making status enquiry letters, reply to those status enquiry letters which can be favorable and unfavorable replies. Then we had seen granting credit letters and refusing credit letters. Now in today's lecture we are going to see bank references. Now what is bank reference? Bank reference is the name of the banker of the credit applicant. Credit applicant is who? The customer who is asking the seller to start business on credit basis. So this person, this customer has given bank reference to the seller here, with whom he wants to maintain his account or and through whom he meets or negotiates his bill, etc. here. Now children, when a bank reference is given by the customer, the trader means the seller, he cannot sorry, he cannot take up the reference directly, because in order to preserve the secrecy of the customer's account, the banker will never give you any information. They give information. If the information is required, you can ask your bank to go and inquire or to send an inquiry letter to the reference bank here. You cannot directly go and ask the reference bank to give information about the customer here, because they do not give information, personal information or business information about any person to anyone. They give only to the bank here. They give all the necessary information only to the bank here. So you can ask your bank only to send a letter to that bank, the reference bank, and ask about the credit status of the customer here. Now for that reason children, I will give you some hints for drafting bank references. First thing what you will do, you will mention the credit applicant's name and the address of this banker as given by him. After that you will state the terms and amounts of credit asked for. Then you will make a polite request for providing necessary information for taking up the reference here. Now we'll see the sample of such type of letter here. See here, write a letter to your bank to get your necessary information about the credit standing of the firm desirous of operating a credit account with you. Means the firm which wants to start a credit system business with you all, you can ask your bank to write a letter to their bank, the customer's bank, and ask for his credit status. So how to write that letter? Company's name, address, date, then here to the manager whom we are writing name of the bank here, means this reference bank here. Then salutation. We have received an order from Messrs. Murli Electronics, 26 Market Road, Kolhapur, for the supply of television sets worth 90,000 on 3 months credit. We have been referred to their bankers, Vijaya Bank, Market Road branch, Kolhapur, for information on their credit standing. If you can find out anything about their activities and financial standing in general and their reputation to meet their bills promptly, we shall be very grateful to you. Means you are requesting your bank to write a letter to Vijaya Bank. The customer has given name of Vijaya Bank. So you are going to write letter to your bank to write a inquiry letter or reference letter to Vijaya Bank and ask about the credit status of the customer. And you can write in detail that we want to start credit system business with this customer, and they have given us the order of the TV sets worth 90,000 on 3 months credit. So please make the inquiry soon so that we can start the business with this person. And you should also politely say we shall be very grateful to you, and they estimate their quarterly orders at about rupees 1,25,000. So you can of course rely on us to act discreetly. Yours faithfully, XYZ. Means you have to request them that please supply or please help us out with this reference information as early as possible. Now we are going to see the topic, that is sales letters. Now what are sales letters? Now children, sales letters are used to introduce products or services to consumers, you can say customers or consumers. As such, sales letters tend to use formal letter structures and are rather impersonal because they are sent to more than one person. Here children, sales letters are, you can say, they often ask readers to consider a pain point, means a problem that a person needs to solve, and then introduces a product that will provide a solution. Means you have to tell, if you want a person to get convinced to what you are trying to say, for that reason you have to tell that person that this problem you are facing, so that this can be the solution. Now suppose if you want to you want to sell, you can say, a washing powder here. So first thing what you will show to the people, the stains on the shirt which cannot be removed through normal water or powder or normal way through which we wash. Then you have to say that we have a solution for that. We have such a washing powder which can provide you a good, you can say, clean clothes. So in this way, first thing, a pain point means what? You have to show the people the problem here, and then you have to provide them with the, or you can tell them how you can solve their problem. You have to introduce a solution to them. Then after that, what you will do, once you provide them with the solution, you have to introduce your product that will give you that can give you the best solution. So it is very important to quickly move to your sales speech in your sales letter, as most readers will understand that your sales letter is a form of advertisement. Means how in the advertisement, as I told you, first when in the advertisement, washing powder advertisement, what you see, first they show you the clothes which are very dirty with stains on it and all. Then after that they provide you with the solution how you can clean your clothes very easily and there won't be any stain on your clothes. So this is what they show you the problem, and then quickly they provide you with the solution. So in the same way, sales letters are also like an advertising part. Here the sales letters often include an offer to encourage the customers to try the product. They try to encourage you, they try to make convince you that you should at least once use this product and see. So it is very important that these offers are clear and provide useful service to the reader. Now there are certain objectives of this sales letter. Now as a part of salesmanship, a sales letter main objective is to educate, persuade and convince the customer to buy the product or service. So here you can say the main objectives are like to promote the sales of a product, service or an idea, to introduce new goods in the market more effectively, quickly, at a lower cost and in a wider area. Then to introduce the salesman to the prospects even before the farmer has called on them, because it reaches them earlier than the salesman and thus keeps them informed. Then it widens the market of existing product without much cost. Then repeated appearance of sales letter has the effect of a reminder. It helps the customer to remember the product and service of a firm whenever he is in need of it. So all this you can say are objectives, like they want to educate you about your product or services, then they want to persuade you or convince you that our product is the best product or our service is the best service. So please, you have to really give a try to it. They really want the customer to educate in selecting the right type of goods or also in better understanding of the product. In this you can say sales letter, all this information is given. So you can say it creates and maintains goodwill among the customers by offering quality products and services. So you can say it is the main source of securing orders of a mail order business house. It functions as a salesman, how the salesman go door to door and persuade the people or try to educate and convince the people that please, this product is very good, you can buy it. In the same function is of the sales letter here. It keeps the customer constantly in touch with the company and its products and services. Now after that, functions of the sales letters. Now the major functions of the sales letter are like attracting attention, arousing desire, implanting conviction and stimulating action. Now first thing, attracting attention. Now attracting attention here means to attract the attention of the reader through you can say decent stationery, proper layout, neat typing, paragraphing, etc. Further, opening statements of the text must make the reader think by the means of slogan or extraordinary ideas. Then after that, next thing is what? Arousing desire. Here you want to appeal, or you can say you have to make people realize the necessity of to buy your product. So the desire to buy the goods and services must be created in the mind of the customer or the reader, here you can say. After that, implanting conviction. Now implanting conviction here means you have to tell them about the good quality of the goods or services, so that the customer or the reader does not hesitate in making decision to buy your product or have your service. So this can be achieved mainly by logical reasoning, moderate claims, or giving evidence to your letter. After that, last thing is stimulating action. Here in stimulating action, here you can say here you can stimulate the action of the reader by not allowing the prospective customer to put off the auction here. Here it can be offered by quick action, like you can tell them about the special discount, offers or gifts, or you have to tell them that if you purchase a product within this date, then you will get extra discount on the product. And also in this way you have to make the customer or make the reader here eager to buy your product and have your services. Now we'll see hints for drafting sales letter. Now first thing, when you are drafting a sales letter, you have to begin the letter with you can say in a striking manner. In order to arouse the reader's curiosity and tempt to read further, you should start with a catchy line. Then you have to give vivid description or explanation of the product, service you are going to offer. Then you have to make an appeal to the reader by telling them that how the article benefits him, how it can be beneficial for him, including the plus points like economy, durability, low cost, then pride in possession, that this one is branded product, and its satisfactory performance. Then you have to convince them by providing evidence such as profits, testimonial, references, reviews, etc. Then after that, you have to induce the reader to act at once by offering different types of inducement by forceful and convincing words. And then you have to close the letter by telling the reader exactly what to do and how to do it, so the action of the customer becomes easy. So let's see the sample of sales letter now. See here, specimen letter, a sales letter about lighting equipment. Name of the firm, address, date, here address to whom you are writing the sales letter, salutation. Then as I told you, you have to begin your letter with catchy lines. So see, what factor is important in your lighting equipment? What factor is important? Maximum light output, long life, trouble-free service, and minimum maintenance cost. See, these are the things which we really try to, we really want when we are buying any lighting equipment. So this words are really suitable here. In this way you have to start your letter so the reader finds it interesting here. So you are now in the next line, you are providing them the solutions here. Mysore lighting equipment can offer you all. See then in detail, maximum light output demands that every component of the lighting equipment functions perfectly. Means you want, whenever you're buying any lighting equipment, you want it to function perfectly. So you can say Mysore Electrical takes no chance for its manufacturers all the components required for your equipment as per international standard. You have to tell them that it is the equipments which are made here, which are of international standard. Since Mysore lighting equipments undergo tests far more exacting the normal operational condition, they are unequal for performance and long use life. Means they are they have a long life. Those equipments, they don't means you can stop working soon. As a result, replacements are needed rarely and maintenance cost is kept at the minimum. Means because as they are good in functioning here, this equipment, so replacements are not required. Only in any, you can say, rare case it happens that the customer asks for replacement, and maintenance cost is also very low. In other words, Mysore Electricals gives you everything you want from lighting equipment. That is maximum light output, long life, trouble-free service. Means in our all equipments you will find all this, you can say, plus points, which is of minimum cost, you can say. Mysore lighting equipments ensure ultimate economy as they are efficient and economical in operation and attractive in design. Means here you have to tell about the features, that it is of attractive design. It is the main feature is it is though it is branded one, attractive design, it is low in cost. So you have to then encourage them by telling them that get today Mysore lighting fittings from your nearest Mysore electrical dealers. Then complimentary close. So in this way, children, today we had seen bank references and sales letters. I hope you have understood. Thank you.